Hello Orchid Maniacs, it's Yava, and it's time for another close-up video. And today we're gonna talk about my Dendrobium unicum. It's a miniature orchid species that grows naturally in Asia, in Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar and Thailand. And it's a worm grower that normally flowers in spring to summer, even though it decided to flower in winter for me. But it might be because our summer was very cold, so it kind of readjusted. And it normally grows in elevations of about 800 to 1550 meters in warm savanna-like woodlands or semi-deciduous or deciduous lowland forests. And it grows on rocks or small bushes, and it needs a drier winter rest, and normally it should be a bit cooler in winter, and of course it needs more water and warmer summers. Normally it blooms as I said, in spring and early summer, and it has fairly large blooms compared to the size of the plant, as you can see, and those blooms are usually formed from the nodes on the stem. It starts as a little bulb and then it progresses to 1 or 2 flowers on each. It can have up to 4 flowers on every flower spike. What I've noticed is that the flowers form very slowly. I've noticed bumps on the plant at about September, and it bloomed in January the next year, so it takes quite a few months to form fully. And I've got this plant since spring 2016, so it grew this cane. I've got it with the small new cane starting, and it matured fully in my care, so I can't take credit for those blooms. Yeah. And when I've got it, it had a few little bumps on this older cane, but they didn't form anymore, so they didn't progress. So in summer this plant grew outside, and I've watered it every day because it was warm at some time. Then the temperature changed and it became quite cold, so I've noticed that it stopped growing its roots and started to go into dormancy, and I've stopped watering it when it started to drop the leaves. So of course when it was outside it would be getting some rain unintentionally, but yeah, I let it happen because it didn't look like very bad. And when the leaves started to go yellow, I've stopped watering altogether, and I brought it inside when the temperature got close to freezing, and it spent all those months from about I don't know, maybe October, early October or late September until now without any water. And now, as you can see, it's starting to shrivel. Once the blooms opened, I've started to water it a little bit more, and I think I need a little bit even more because this cane was really plump up until now. So I think I'm gonna start watering it normally now. And one more thing about the resemblance of other species. Well, this is Dendrobium unicum. The tag says so, and I can tell this really is an unicum, because there are 2 other species that look very much like this one. It's a Dendrobium dickasonii and Dendrobium lamyaiae. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correct. And the only way to tell the difference is by looking at the blooms, because they all look very similar. They're all bright orange. The only difference is the size of the bloom. Of course, I haven't seen the other ones live, so I don't know anything about them, but from what I found on the internet, the difference is in the size of the lip, the flatness of the lip, the veining, and if you look inside the lip, there are 3 structures. I think they're called keels, and they are different in all 3 species. So if you look at the pictures on the internet, let's say there is a website, orchidspecies.com. If you don't know that, you should check it out. And you can see the difference between all those 3 species. So I can really tell this is an unicum. And yeah, I really love the color. It's so bright orange. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.